The Broncos posted a record-setting comeback in what was a crazy finish to one of the few exciting games in NFL Week 7.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins. And we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers, those of you who never miss a single episode. We appreciate y'all being here very, very much. Today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup.
Joe, happy Monday to you. No Victory Monday for you this week, but happy Victory Monday to those who are celebrating in NFL Week 7. How did you enjoy your bye week?
Not I enjoy everything, to some extent, but from a Bills perspective, it's not fun to sit there and see the Colts look really good and Patrick Mahomes look really good and Drake May look really good.
Nonsense.
And you've played 2 bad games of offense in a row. Yeah, it feels a little weird, man. You're kind of wondering where's it going.
I seem to remember your football team was 6-6 not that long ago and came back and won the division and made a playoff run. So
yeah, that's what they do every year. That's what they do every year.
That's fine. So
you never know.
It's like the Bluey episode of the baby race, right?
Yeah.
You just got to run your own race. You don't got to measure yourself against everybody else right now.
Right. That's what the Bills players should be thinking about. But
Bills
for me,
defense is crawling backwards because they can't learn how to walk just yet. That's okay. And that's a direct blue. I'm not making fun. I can't make fun of anybody. That's a Bluey.
So we start with the Dolphins.
You want to? We want to rip the Band-Aid off. We should probably start with 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
33 points in the fourth quarter.
It's crazy. But the point also 0 in the first 3 quarters. Right there's the other side of it. This is a lifeless offense for this Denver Broncos, and that's been the case a few times this year. And then they figure it out at the end, man. They're 5-2. They're 5-2.
Alone in first place in the AFC West, and Broncos fans after the game continue to be not happy with Sean Payton. And I get it, but at the same time, like every game is its own DNA, and there is an art form to winning football games and winning ugly. And man, just the seesaw effect of the end of that game, it gave me whiplash.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was like, oh, Broncos come back. Oh, Jackson Dart gets the DPI and Sean Payton gets called for a personal foul for being out in the middle of the scrum yelling at the referees, and Jackson Dart scores a touchdown.
Too soon.
Oh, holy smokes, Bo Nix actually hits the big explosive to set you up. It was an incredible finish to what was largely an uncompetitive Week 7. And we deserved a game like that. I'm glad we got a game like that because I wanted something to be excited about coming into the show today.
I was on to Packers Cardinals, man. I moved on. I was like, I'm not, all these games are blowouts. The only thing that's close is Packers Cardinals. I'm watching Packers Cardinals. And I've been staying off of social media. Nothing good's really happening there. And I just look at the scores and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then I turned it on. And then, of course, I went back and got acquainted with what happened. But holy smokes, like in a really uncompetitive day of football. Thank God we had the Packers Cardinals and then this game to obviously give us an ultimate thriller. 33 points. They didn't score any before that. It was insane. Like one of those games where all these things had to go a certain way. And even for Jackson Dart, man, like he is not coloring inside the lines, but it kind of keeps working for him. But then obviously, they bad interception there at the end and crazy game, man. Gave us something to really remark about here on the opening. But I mean, you look at Denver's journey. They had the narrow loss to the Chargers. They had the goofy loss to the Colts. It's like, I'm not sure this team's played great, but they're finding ways. The last 3 weeks have been insane. The comeback against the Eagles, whatever you want to call that Jets game and whatever was against the Giants.
Yeah. Winning ugly is still winning.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact that you can win defensive struggles, the fact that you can win and mount major fourth quarter comebacks and have guys that make plays. I don't know. I like that about a team. I like a team that's got some pliability to it. I think it's fair to ask the questions in the grand scale of, well, what's the kind of game script that you face where your style is lend itself well for you to pull out of it and make it work. But they've got a great defense. I think the fact that the Giants still have so much new offensively with Dart that they're working with, and Scatabo and him have been spark plugs. I know we've got the bit on the show because somebody thought Cam Scatabo was going to rush for 2,000 yards this year, but there's no question the energy on that football team has been dramatically improved. And dude, he scored 32 points. And it's a shame because this game for them just comes down to 2 missed extra points.
Honestly, yeah. If you're a Giants fan, you hate being 2-5, but you're like, well, we didn't have our kicker. We scored too soon. Gave up a big throw in the all those things that had to go against you for this to go the way that it did is not a tough. It's tough pill to swallow, but also some youth on that team that you kind of feel.
In a very ironic kind of way, Sean Payton probably did them a favor by getting the extra 2 yards on the personal foul.
Yeah,
because it set up the score on the first play.
100%. Yeah, and they didn't originally call that a touchdown, right? Then they reviewed it and he got in. It's like, well, that was the worst thing that could have happened.
Right.
Margins are so slim.
Fun game, though.
Yeah.
Fun game.
So they're in sole possession of first place in the West because the Chargers got smoked by the Colts. And the Colts are now 6-1. This is a number 1 seed in the AFC. Daniel Jones is playing out of his mind. They can run the ball. It's 2025.
The Broncos, the Colts,
and the
Patriots,
and the Steelers.
Yeah. Party like it's 2005, right?
Rivers, Roethlisberger, Brady.
And it's time is a flat circle.
Manning. Yeah.
And it's really when is it your turn, and how long does it take for it to be your turn again?
I mean, shout out to Rodney Gatson, had a huge game. Mm-hmm. I mean, Keenan Allen, huge game, but I mean, they were chasing it the whole time. This game was like 31 to.
They got on top of them early.
Yeah, I was like, congrats on your like empty production here. This Colts team just continues to tell us every week that we're here. We're here. They've won close games. They've won blowouts. They had their goofy loss to the Rams, but I mean, shout out to the Colts, man. They're stacking wins. This is now 2-3 game win streaks already in the first 7 games of the season.
Yeah, this is a really efficient day for them. The Chargers had more yards of total offense, but they also ran 26 more plays or 16 more plays. The Colts went 3 for 3 on fourth downs. They were only penalized 3 times for 42 yards. They won the turnover battle 2-0. So for all the concerns and the talking points for Indianapolis, trade deadline, we need pass rush. We are really use a corner. You can run the ball. You play the line of scrimmage like they have, and now you got a quarterback that's still out in front with the scheme stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
And Tyler Warren, man. How about Tyler Warren?
Baller. He's a baller, man. He's a baller.
Huge piece of the puzzle. 4 for 69 and a touchdown.
Let's quickly shout out Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs for their 31-0 win over the Raiders. Rashee Rice doing his thing, a couple touchdowns. I mean, the Chiefs have they won 4 out of 5. Big win over Detroit. I mean, they're kind of killing teams a little bit here. They had their goofy loss to Jacksonville, but 4 of their last 5, they've won by at least 2 scores. So maybe the juggernaut Chiefs are back.
Is it? They are back to, by the way, 7th in yards offensively, 5th in yards offensively, and 7th in points offensively, 3rd in points defensively, and 7th in yards defensively, and they're 7th in the league in turnovers per game.
Yeah, it's coming together. They look good. They scored 28 points
in every major statistic right now.
Their next stretch: Washington, Buffalo, Denver, Indianapolis. It's a big stretch. They're going to get They're probably not going to get Mariota probably. They go 2 Buffalo, 2 Denver, and the Colts. I mean, I think that could be a stretch there that has a lot to say about the top of the AFC this year.
Could you imagine they go 3-1 in that stretch?
I kind of think they will.
I say, here we go again.
Here we go again. Unless someone's going to do something about it. And
right.
They got 3 teams there that have a chance to do it. So we'll see. All right, more to get to. Next up, I mean, we'll go a lot of different directions, obviously. We'll talk more about the Colts, get into what happened in Cleveland, all kinds of stuff here, folks. Be sure to stick with us. If you're a business owner, here's the truth. SaaS promised to make work easier, but now the average company is buried by hundreds of apps that slow down your teams and simply don't work together. That's not SaaS. That's SAD. Software as a disservice. That's why you need Rippling. Rippling is the unified platform for global HR, payroll, IT, and finance all in one place. They've helped millions of businesses replace a mess of disconnected tools with one system designed to give leaders clarity, speed, and control. By uniting your employees, teams, and departments in one system, Rippling removes the bottlenecks, busyworks, and silos your software created. Everything from onboarding to payroll to IT access runs automatically and perfectly in sync. Whether you want to run your entire HR, IT, and finance operations as one, or just fill in the gaps in your software stack, Rippling can do it all. And right now, you can get 6 months free when you go to rippling.com/LockedOnNFL. Learn more at rippling.com/LockedOnNFL. That's RIPPLING.com/LockedOnNFL for 6 months free. Terms and conditions apply. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Every day we make decisions, but on Prize Picks, being right can actually get you paid. Don't miss the excitement of this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Playing Prize Picks is such a fun, simple way to add more excitement to football. You just pick more or less on player projections like Josh Allen's passing yards or Saquon Barkley's rushing for a touchdown, and you're in the game. I love how quick it is. You can make your lineup in under a minute, and you got to check this out. There's a special max discount promotion live on the board right now for the Golden State Warriors versus LA Lakers game on October 21st. Steph Curry is discounted to only needing more than half a point to win. So you mix and match players from football, basketball, and baseball to build your dream lineup today. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right.
Well, we don't need to talk about the Colts anymore.
No, but I was looking at the graphic and it said Colts. And so you ever been in that spot? You're like, all right, well, this was supposed to take me somewhere. The only thing I can think about is something else. And yeah, it was not good. But
probably every other show Locked on Dolphins, where I set my 3 bullet points and then I'm 9 minutes in and I look up to start to tease what's the next segment. And I've already been in it.
You already did it?
I'm like, great. Okay.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out as we go.
That's what happened there. How about some revenge games? Whether that's Mike Vrabel sticking it to the Titans or Dennis Allen, right, in his revenge game against the Saints. I think we had a couple of those to reflect on. Obviously, I mean, what Drake May every week does something special, right? Like, what is this? After a million games in a row of at least 100 passer rating, which he's now done again. The single game record for completion percentage, and Tom Brady played there for 85 years. This guy's killing it, man. He's special.
And what he finished 21 of 23?
Yeah.
Passing?
Yeah. 222, 2 touchdowns.
It's like a 91% completion percentage.
Yeah, he's a baller.
He's locked in.
He's playing at a high level, and you think to yourself, man, this is year one. This is not year one. This is game 7 of Josh McDaniels. Everyone would look at their O-line and receivers and think that's upgradable. This guy's just balling, man. This guy looks like I don't know. He's certainly playing as high of a level as any quarterback in the league, but this looks like a guy that's going to be a perennial MVP candidate that's going to take this Patriots team a lot of places.
And they rushed for 175 yards in this game as well. The Titans activated Tavondre Sweat.
Yeah.
And they still rushed for 175 yards. How about Caleb on Chase on?
Couple
this
sacks,
year, man, huh?
Yeah.
And never wrong, just early.
Never
wrong, just early.
5 teams in 7 years.
Never wrong, just early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you look at the schedule for New England. I know we seem to talk about this every week or every other week. I mean, the they're going to string wins together.
Yep.
And they're going to take advantage of that lofty spot that they had off of last year and that schedule. And good teams find ways to take care of those. And then, maybe you don't sweep all the rest of the good teams on your schedule, but they've already got a quality win under their belt in that regard. So very impressive what Mike Vrabel's been able to do in short order. And I think that should be a source of inspiration for a lot of teams that are probably feeling pretty down on themselves, including the Tennessee Titans. You get the hire right.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff can snap into place for you very quickly.
Especially if you get the quarterback, right? I mean, I think you look at Washington and New England, you're like, man, they got it quick. It's like, well, I think Jaden Daniels and Drake May are pretty freaking special players,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Go to the other one, the Colts or the Bears. The Bears beat the Saints.
The Bears.
So here the Bears are hard for me because I don't know about their script, man. Like, can they take away the ball and run it like this with like absent of good quarterback play? Because that's how they keep winning games. I wonder when that catches up with them. But
I think this was a very outlier game for Spencer Rattler as well. We praise Spencer Rattler, or I praise Spencer Rattler the last 2 weeks. Oh, eliminate a lot of the negative plays.
Yeah.
Do 2 or 3 picks.
Right.
Right. But for Chicago, I do have a feeling they're going to be a bit of a high variance team. I mean, the way that they lost to Detroit when they played Detroit, they smoked Dallas. I don't know. You look at the schedule. They got the Ravens coming off the bye. I don't know that I'll pick them to win that game. They get the Bengals. I'd expect they win that game. The Giants is going to be a fascinating element as far as the trenches and where the Giants are at as a team with the vibes versus the production. I think there's enough on the schedule here where like I kind of expect them to be in the thick of it and play 17 relevant preseason or regular season games. But yeah, I think my confidence level from them week to week, because to your point, their script has just been high variance is not as high as some other teams in the NFC.
Shout out to their defense. Shout out to their run game. I mean, those are good anchors to win football games. And the Saints on the other side of that fall to 1-6, and a lot of chatter about who they could trade, and they should. Right? They got receivers. The Mario Davis is he going to help them? Right? Like, I think they have to look at some of these opportunities. Hey, David Onyemeta is a good football player, right? Like, set him free. I have a lot of respect for where the Saints are going. I think they've been a pretty competitive team. I think they're in a tough spot because of their roster depth is kind of lacking. I don't think that there's nothing here, but I think at some point you got to give yourself a chance to help your future self. Right. You're 1-6. So
there's a few teams that should be having that conversation.
Yeah.
Set the stage for another game.
Well, Ian Rappaport just shared that on the Dolphins, no changes are expected at this time.
God, dude, you got me so excited.
Well,
did he? Did he really say that?
What's what he said to me? He tweeted 2 minutes ago. Ian Rappaport on the Miami Dolphins. No changes are expected at this time, I'm told. Obviously, things got ugly in Cleveland.
Hey, dude, you got smoked by the 1-5 Browns. This was what you were worried about, right? Was like, oh, the energy of that team's really good. They got a lot of young guys. Judkins looked good. Gabriel, I didn't think looked particularly notable, but Schlesinger looked good. Came into a windy, blustery, wet first half. And one of these teams says, we're going to play field position, ball control, run the ball, try to not beat ourselves. And the other team said, we're just going to try to run the same thing we always do because we're playing the Browns. We're not playing the weather. And we got guys running through kick returns, holding the ball like it's 85 and ball me out and fumbling after you go up, give up a touchdown drive. You've got multiple defensive penalties to extend drives that would have yielded a stop for you to give points and put them on the board. Tua looked like he'd never worked in this offense before. Looked totally lost yesterday. No effort to scheme or manufacture like a designed routine passing touch for Jalen Waddle. Waddle had one catch. in the game. We're going to run outside zone on a wet field where as a speed-oriented team, where the entire objective of outside zone is to stress the perimeter, and if they get over the top of it, you cut back against the grain, and you can't cut back because the grass is wet. It was an unserious effort by the Dolphins yesterday.
How much of a line is there to walk for Stephen Ross between – I don't think anyone's going to try to be convinced that the Dolphins are going anywhere this year. But as they do look to the future, and you're talking – we know the allegations have been there against Stephen Ross about trying to get draft picks. Like, does he feel like maybe the best path forward for this team is to just suffer through it with McDaniel? Like, is he saying the worst thing maybe is that we cut bait with McDaniel, this team is galvanized in some way, we start to win a few games, and that's a problem for us? Like,
I mean, who's going to take over as the interim head coach? Anthony Weaver?
I would guess Weaver, yeah.
How's that defense look this year?
Yeah, he doesn't have a good story to tell there either.
Now you're going to interject and interrupt that. Like, I don't think that has anything per se to do with it. We're afraid we're going to get better. I would be much more concerned about the message that on the heels of what this coaching staff has told their players for 3 years now, 3.5 years, that you can mess up, you could take yourself out of games, you could talk smack in the media, you could do whatever. There's no repercussions for it. It's no big deal. We got special teams guys last year. Duke Riley made a catastrophic mistake like 4 games in a row. They didn't bench him. They didn't cut him. They didn't do anything with it. It's like, it's whatever. And I would be much more concerned if I was Stephen Ross. I would want to evaluate the rest of this season. It's not about getting better. It's not about trying to save your season. It's about evaluating everybody in the building with a sense of urgency, because this entire regime has just kind of been like feet up on the desk, shrug your shoulders and say, whatever happens, we'll just try again next week.
Yeah.
And like, what's the reinforcement you're giving? The last 2 years, you've actually made like meaningful draft investments to get players in here to potentially be like the future of your organization.
Yeah.
What kind of messaging are they getting to just continue to say, hey, we went out here and laid an egg. Mike's out there looking like the Unabomber in a thunderstorm with sunglasses on and a hood up, just kind of putzing around the sideline. You got smoked by another 1-5 football team that felt at times as directionless as you've been. And you lose by 25 points, and you don't make any changes.
I think you're right. The checks keep showing up, though, right? Those direct deposits keep showing up.
That's right. So what are you telling the people in your organization to just continue to be patient? Oh, we want to be patient. Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's
a joke.
That's tough for the fans as well. Got a season to play here, and not even halfway through it. So. All right, we've got more to do. The 49ers won't go away. No Warner, no Bosa. They said, here's 10 points, Atlanta. We'll talk about that here next. Folks, be sure to stick with us. Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. Mazda delivers confidence with every ride with more IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than anyone else. From footwork to breathwork, athletes sweat all the details, and Mazda brings this same intention to how we craft every model. You can feel Japanese craftsmanship in every detail, from the metallic accents to available Napa leather upholstery. You can make everyday drives feel like anything but, from smooth handling to intuitive controls. It'll be smooth sailing for you with all-wheel drive standard in every crossover SUV. You can drive with confidence through almost any season. Like our players, we sweat every detail because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5. You'll get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put $5 down, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love how FanDuel gives me so many ways to play. I've built parlays, I've tried player props, and even followed the live lines during games. It makes watching football even more exciting when you got a little something riding on the action. So whether you're a casual fan or love diving into the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started.
Robert Saleh.
Yeah. He's getting it done, man. He's getting it done without his guys. A lot of rookies are playing too, all over that defense, man.
I'm really impressed with, I don't know, just the intensity. And then you got guys like Chase Lucas is out there making a big play late in the game for a PBU. This offense has kind of been very up and down. They're first in yards allowed defensively. They're seventh in points allowed defensively. They've been a lot of fun to watch on defense, and it hasn't always been picture perfect, but man, they were dialed in last night against Atlanta.
Team's playing hard, man. Obviously, I always love watching Christian McCaffrey play. I think he's just such a fun competitor. But that touchdown run, he just basically what do you call that? Is it a hack squat?
Yeah, sit down and
he's just hack squatted the whole friggin' defense of the Falcons, man. It was probably 1,000 pounds worth of dudes. He said, "We're going, baby. We're gonna score." I love that, dude. I thought the 49ers did a good job of challenging Atlanta to make some throws down the field. I think that's kind of been the issue with Penix, a lot of variance with how those throws go, and he hit some and he missed some, but I think they did a good job of making it more about Penix and his decision-making and his accuracy and less about, getting the ball into the hands of playmakers and getting gashed. I thought the 49ers had the right stuff defensively in this one.
And Penix was a pretty rough watch last night. As far as pocket feel and layering throws. He had a big miss there late in the game up the left sideline for an opportunity for a chunk play. They're another team that I think is kind of just like Chicago. They got some really likable elements to them. I love how aggressive their defense is. I love how physical they're capable of being. Love what they're capable of being in the run game. I think they've got obviously the best back in the NFL for my money right now is Bijan Robinson, but the variance offensively is going to make them a tough team to kind of slot every week.
I will say Caden Ellis is becoming one of my favorite players in the league to watch.
So he's replaced Robert Spillane.
I guess, I don't know. They play him as a Mike backer, but then he rushes a little bit. Every time I watch him, dude, 55's all over the place for that Falcons defense.
Yeah,
I really like him.
I know his style of play is very different than Robert Spillane, but
just like my
Robert
random
Spillane
guy
was on the Raiders, you're just like, man,
just love
this guy's awesome. I love him.
Yeah, I like to let it kind of come to me right now, and Ellis is a guy that just I've been watching the Falcons a lot lately, and he's just continues to pop. So,
Dallas 44 points offensively against the Commanders.
Get CD Lamb back. Dak's just ripping them down the field.
Welcome back. Javonte Williams, career revitalization is real.
I know. Yeah, and Jake Ferguson just won't stop.
Yeah, the touchdown maker.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, I think what is his touchdown production this year relative to his career? It's got to be very crazy. He had 7 touchdowns in his first 3 seasons. He has 6 this year. He had 0 touchdowns last year, Kyle. Yeah. He has 6 this year.
While averaging 6.5 yards a catch.
51 catches in 7 games. His career high is 71. Is this guy going to catch 115 balls as a tight end this year?
Are you really surprised, though, with what Dalton Schultz was with Dak before he left for Houston?
Yeah, but it's we've at least seen this for a couple of years be you kind of think you know what it is, but this is an accelerated situation here where Jake Ferguson's becoming an absolute darling when it comes to catches and touchdowns. So now the A dot in yards is not anything to be excited about. He's catching a lot of balls. He's scoring a lot of touchdowns.
The Dak Prescott is top blank in the MVP conversation right now.
Oh, he's 6, probably top 6, I would say.
I think that's a fair number. He's playing really well.
Yeah. And then you have Jaden Daniels hamstring. Just doesn't feel like this Washington team is able to find rhythm offensively this year. And I guess when your quarterback's in and out of the lineup, you kind of have some challenges with your offensive line going into the year, some moving parts there. Your receivers, right? I mean, no McLaurin.
They were without Debo and McLaurin yesterday.
Yeah, it's tough to find your stride. I think for the here's the problem, dude. The Commanders' upcoming schedule is Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions. Like, I don't feel good about that. How do you,
sitting at 3-4. This is kind of we were a little worried about this with this team, right? Where like last year it was like Jaden, first year for Jaden. A lot of free agents, right? Remember how aggressive they were with like veteran free agents, and you're like, wow, this is a lot of new to kind of piece in here. And Dan Quinn, galvanized it, and they came together and they played well last year. But then like I don't say they doubled down on it, but you kind of felt like they were like, oh, all right, now let's get real aggressive and we'll bring a lot of those guys that we brought in last year back. And I would worry that if they get too far out over top of their skis, they're going to be looking at a roster around Jaden Daniels that has questions.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
They went aggressive for Debo. They went aggressive for Tunsil. They paid Kinlaw very handsomely in free agency.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're there yet because obviously they haven't compromised like several years worth of draft capital for mature contracts or anything like that. But like that would be my worry is if that's the school of thought to kind of move forward with while Jaden's on his rookie contract window, as compared to kind of let's steadily stay the course and continue to build and build out the health and depth of the roster.
So lightning round stuff we haven't got to. Matthew Stafford on one in the 35-7 Rams win over the Jaguars. Jags on fraud alert.
Rough week to be going against Stafford in fantasy.
Yeah, it's not good. You probably thought no Puka, no problem.
I did because I picked the Jags to win the game.
Yeah,
could not have been more wrong.
Hey, the Rams were hanging out in Baltimore all week, man. They got there, I think, 5 minutes before the game started. Said, let's just go play a football game. We'll beat them by, 4 touchdowns.
The Eagles.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts reminded us he did the thing. That's why I wasn't willing to do it. He'll remind you that he can play at a high level. Perfect passer rating, 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that worked out.
But we were concerned about the explosives, right? We had 37-yard pass to A.J. Brown. We had a 79-yard pass to Devonta Smith. And then we had a 26-yard touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. That was the big talking point was the Eagles are not explosive offensively. They said, okay, here you go.
Here you go.
Mission accomplished.
Panthers 13-6. They're 4-3, Kyle. The Jets are 0-7.
Keep pounding.
Bryce Young, his ankle, we'll see. Andy Dalton might be their quarterback against the Bills this week as they try to get to 5-3. Shout out Xavier Leggett. He did something.
The Jets made a quarterback change as well.
Yeah, well, that's goofy messaging from Aaron Glenn, who didn't sound like he was willing to do that during the week. But he also punted inside of – dude, he punted inside of 2 minutes down 7 on 4th and 10. He punted. I don't know, man. He's goofy to me. And how about Micah Parsons and the Packers? He makes some big plays down the stretch there as Jacoby Brissett just makes the Cardinals such a more likable team than when Kyler Murray's at quarterback.
It turns out that the Trey McBride touchdown issue was not a Trey McBride issue.
Right.
It was a Kyler Murray issue because McBride posted 2, which I think is as many or more than he had last year off the top of my head. But we got to get out of here. So that's going to do it for us. Week 7 recap in the books. We get a Monday Night Football doubleheader ahead of us tonight. We hope you guys enjoy. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino, we appreciate you guys for checking out the show. Make it a great rest of your day. Be back to talk to you all again tomorrow.